keep in mind, if you're here for the first time hearing this, or maybe new in the context of maybe just a few times, that this is not a secular or religious conversation per se. It may sound like that. I'll be using terms. I may talk about Jesus, many different scenarios like that around Jesus, and other things, I'll say terms of enlightenment down through time. But this is really a conversation about unlimited lifespans, longevity, and relationship to Jesus, relationship to what Joe brought out here earlier, that we're really engaged here, all of us, with a lot of science now. And we have some doctors and enthusiasts coming in this weekend to speak to us, and we have that on a regular basis, and it's great. I love it. But very, I'll say, small amount of the time is spent in combination of the spirit and the science together, unfortunately. And, we either have scenarios where we have a lot of people that are in science, and it's great, and they're continuously seeking out answers to longevity and science, and that's wonderful. But they dismiss I'll say, use the term, the spiritual end of it. Then we have those who are maybe into the spiritual end of it and dismiss the science end of it. So I'm very clear and very, I'll say, confident that we need them both. We need the science, we need the spirit. It all really works together in an integrated form. So I want to make that clear right off from the beginning. I'm awake in my soul, and I also use exosomes. I'm not walking dead anymore. I'm totally inspired by Jesus, and I take stem cells. And when the new good gene therapy comes along that I can be totally confident of, I'll take that. And so I'm constantly doing different therapies throughout the day for longevity, taking care of my body. I'm not one that's living in a spiritual high, I'll say, and think that all I have to do is think spiritually and everything else is going to happen. I also, though, do think that we have not actually tapped into the full capacity of our bodies. What we're capable of as the physical bodies that we are. I'll use the term, the magic that's there, the power that's there in our bodies. And at the same time, we haven't really tapped into the science totally because we haven't really had a world that's invested in super longevity, in living unlimited lifespans. Most people still don't see the value of it. They think that their spirit, when the body dies, the spirit goes on, and that's really what their interest is, that the spirit is immortal, not their body. I'm here to tell you that I think that's a big miss. I think it's really about, and what Jesus spoke about was not spiritual immortality. What he spoke about was physical immortality, okay? And I think that was a big miss. Why have we as human beings so missed that? That's kind of what I want to talk about a little bit and explore that with you. Why down through time have we missed? Or maybe you don't feel there's been a miss. Maybe you feel like the way we're going is perfect already, that we don't need some type of change. I mean, I would have to challenge that if you look at the condition of the world and the way it's continued to be. But at the same time, maybe you feel the status quo is the way to go. Maybe you're in line here and feel that way. Maybe you don't feel there's anything wrong in that context. Although you complain about the politics and you complain about conditions of the world per se, but you kind of think what's going on in the world is the status quo, is the way it should be. I don't know. But what I'm doing is challenging that to say that somewhere we missed it. Somewhere we missed it. And I'm about getting back in contact with what did we miss? What did we miss? Where are we to really go? I think Jesus was the first man, the first human being, and I'm speaking on a physical level here, was the first man. He was before Christianity. He is before any religion. So I'm not talking about the religious Jesus. I'm talking about the human being just like you and I. I think it was the first man that actually awakened and really experienced his own body, the capability of being physically immortal. So you've heard me say a lot of these things. I'm just going to address a lot of things tonight. I'm going to give kind of an overview of the last year. and then take it from there. We're going to keep expanding. We're going to keep expanding on this because tremendous things are happening. What was missed? An interpretation? Look, I've already expressed many times that I have empathy and understanding of why people can be in a certain place where they just deal with, their existing life and create coping mechanisms to deal with it because they've been so programmed that they have to die and they're programmed that they're supposed to get sick. They're going to get sick. They're going to deteriorate. So they've been told this for so long and they've seen this all around them. So I can understand why they would believe that. But what is it that we're missing in our bodies that we're not going, what's wrong here? What is it that's missing in the human race that we're going, we keep living on a promise down the line sometime that something's going to happen, our boat's going to come in, a Savior is going to come that's going to save us all or whatever, and so we just continue down this same program that we always continue on, not taking a stand, right, and questioning today. Is what we've learned, is what we know about death and what we think is the inevitability of it, is that really real? Do we need to question all these sacred, scriptures, whether that's called, say that all these things that have been made sacred we're not supposed to question? Shouldn't we question everything that doesn't feel right to our bodies, that feels off? Shouldn't we open ourselves up? Isn't that the real spirit of being alive, is to seek and ye shall find? Isn't that what Jesus said? Seek and you shall find, and the truth will set you free. Wow. Really, that's a powerful statement. I was thinking about that today. The truth will set you free. Well, there's so-called truth all over, right? I mean, there's all kinds of sides of truth that people are saying. They're right, that's their truth. But the real truth, the truth that is really a real truth, sets you free in your body. It doesn't just get something going that supports your agenda. I'm not talking about a truth that supports some agenda you've got going on. I'm talking about a truth that actually sets you free in your body. Wow. Jesus had a truth that set people free of disease and aging and deterioration in their bodies. A truth, a word of life that came from not just the head somewhere, not just some technical calculation, but came from the virtue of his body. That's what we're supposed to be. That's what he wanted us to be. Not follow him, not worship him, not make some big religion out of him, but to be the very same lineage as him. Wow, what a gift. What a gift. Wow. Wow. Yeah. So, why is it? Why is it that so many human beings today, even like they did 2,500 years ago when Jesus walked the earth, that they couldn't get it and they kept on going on the same patterns? And he said, I'm here to awaken the soul and bring the kingdom of heaven here on earth, not to have to die to go someplace to it, but to bring it here on earth. Aren't we supposed to bring the kingdom, life, the heaven, everything we ever envisioned to here right now on this earth? Isn't that really what we're supposed to do? And why is it that human beings can't see that? What is going on? What is a turn of events? What happened? What happened in the mechanism? What happened through the human race? That people couldn't even see that. It's as evident as ever right now with certain films like The Chosen. It's become like billions of people are watching it now, and all kinds of interpretations coming out of the story of Jesus. And yet I look right at him saying the kingdom is here on earth, and they still keep talking about a kingdom that they have to die for and go to heaven on. Why is that? Why is that? What is the program in your body that you can't receive your own flesh right now? That you can't receive what he was really meant. The message wasn't about some life ever after. It was about a life right now and then, and it still is that same thing. It's about a life right now. Yes. Wow. Woo. So I'm inviting the whole world to get into this conversation. It's not secular or religious, and it's respectful. I'm not criticizing any religion or anything. I'm just saying, where did we miss it? Where was the miss? Did we sell ourselves out for money and power and strength? Did we sell our soul for money, power, and strength? Do we have an opportunity now to take back our soul? Wow. Do we have an opportunity now to redeem our bodies and not sell ourselves out for money and power? Was that why Jesus was crucified, to keep the money and power going? And then they said they resurrected him. Wow. What about his life? Was it his death that was more beautiful, or was it his life that was more beautiful? I say it was life. His life was more beautiful. His life was the statement for humanity, not his death. Sacrifice was supposed to be over. He said, I came to end sacrifice. Then they turned around and sacrificed him to keep the power and strength going. Wow. So look, I'm not condemning anybody in this. I'm just calling it what it is and calling to all human beings how much money, your money can't buy you life. How much money can you have? How much money, you can't, we know, it's said all the time, these guys say they can't take their money with them when they die, yet they keep on collecting and collecting and collecting like they can because they're empty in their soul. The real wealth is to be filled up in your body, your soul, so alive, so rich. You could be walking in the desert and feel the most wealthiest man on earth, most wealthiest human being on the planet, because you're rich right here. Seek ye first your body, and all things are added unto you. Wow. Wow. And the deeper you go in yourself, the deeper riches you find, the deeper peace with your body. Money will never bring you peace. Money will never, all the things you do to try to struggle for your life will never bring you where you want to be. It's about surrendering to the very lineage that you are, the very Christed life that you are in your own body. You are that body. It's not about a religion then. It's about you receiving your body and the body is around you and they're sacred then. You're building a whole new life together. Yeah. Woo!